when you came, where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the...
Hey, this is a video where I am responding to a few comments that I got lately, since I've also been uploading a video where I put in the title that I might be quitting with a question mark. Let's begin with this one. No, I didn't quit yet, but I plan to quit. Like, I'll be at university in September and I have to look for a place where I can stay 4 nights, and I'm pretty busy with that for now. I will be offline for 10 days straight because I'll be in a vacation beginning Thursday, I think. And well, in fact, I will probably not entirely quit. Like, I will always check regularly what's going on in the game, or if there is new updates, new content, whatever. I just don't want to play like the entire day and that like 2 weeks straight as I did now. It's just too much. I can't even do anything without thinking in real life that I could have been like farming shadows now to get another crown or whatever, to get my pet or anything. It sounds weird, yes, but in fact I am really like that. If I go to the club like with friends on Friday evening and the day afterwards I have a hangover, of course, I might think like, next weekend you just stay at home and play this fucking game. That's stupid, I want to stop with that. Of course, going to the club does not necessarily mean like binge drinking. You can also go there and just have a good time, and that's what I should do in the future. So there is another one here. You fed ASS, what the fuck? Yes, of course I fed ASS. I mean, what's the point in keeping a sword? You got like, I don't know, 30-40 times anyways already. I probably died with 20 ASS or whatever, but they have nothing special. In fact, they do less damage per second than the claim on most enemies, and if you want to have range you can still use sea sword. Of course you have less damage, but you still have 0.5 range more. And this thing in between, in fact, that doesn't bring you anything. Either you choose to go deep and you do more damage, or you stay away and do safe damage, and with sea sword you can keep your distance. So yes, anything that has high feed power will probably be fed, except it's a very rare item like a Chronos or something that I will keep, of course. Here's another one. I know you're quitting soon, but when you think it's the last day of Worm, in the meantime you're still here, let's do some dungeons together. Yes, I said already, I will probably not leave that fast, if I even leave before this game goes down entirely. So there won't be like a real last day of Realm. And of course I will also do dungeons still, just less, and I don't see the point in still like doing the entire day just avatars and shadows or private shadows for those rings. I mean, those rings don't even change your gameplay. If you have like a different ability, like you have a normal T6 poison or you have plague poison, that changes a lot how you play. Or if you have a Scepter of Fulmination, you can slow enemies. You can't do that with a T6 Scepter. And what does change with one of those rings? Yes, you have more DPS, but in fact that's everything. Of course I like everything that does damage, because I don't like to be dependent on other players. Like, that's why I play a lot of Warrior, Knight and Wizard. Wizard because I have range and I can still deal a huge amount of damage in a short time, especially with that pattern, the new spell. With Warrior, I mean, it has the highest damage per second. I don't need to explain much, and I can perma-stun with Knight, so that's also pretty cool, so that I don't really rely on others to stay like in a Shadows run or something, that I could still finish solo. Yes, so let's continue. I just have to find another interesting one. Oh, here I posted this video about the two multi-boxers in this Shadows that did the run in 9 minutes, and I asked in the description, like, do you think it's possible to beat that time with legit players? And pretty much everyone who replied to this question said, of course it's possible. I know it's possible, but I haven't seen a run like that yet on YouTube that isn't just very crowded. Like, I'd like to have an organized run doing a better time than 9 minutes. Like, in that run there were 12 unnamed players and me, so that's 13 people, and I'm sure 13 legit players can do 7 minutes. I'm sure about that. You just need like a mystic for the cursed, of course a lot of warriors that could even rush switches, maybe a huntress to have the trap, a wizard to kill switches to the first boss would be pretty handy, and a pally to have that can permabuff everyone. I think that would be enough. If there would be like 1 or 2 pallies and 1 priest with a divine pet or something, so that you could not even lava walk but lava rush. Of course that's possible. I also share that opinion. There's also like comments that still tell me on that video where I was suiciding those 3 characters, that I will be remembered in the game as a huge player, whatever, that was known, whatever. I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. Of course people know me for doing those Shadows runs, but in fact people don't really watch those things, and I also understand that it's pretty boring to watch, but after all it's pretty difficult to do them, especially without a pet. But I think people prefer to watch things with that they can identify themselves. That's why many people watch PPEs and like loot montages, but I don't really like those things. It's not like some people think that my opinion about that is that it's too easy. I'm just bored of that because everyone is doing those loot videos or wetback videos. I can also put those things on YouTube that I get, but then I'm just one of 100 other people that do the same thing. And with my Shadows runs, I try to be someone different on YouTube and also in the game. I think I also created that atmosphere that I'm kinda different. But then I also got a lot of people saying, you think you're the best, and you also tell people you are the best and whatever. I never said I'm the best. You can have different criterias, like what's the best, what's needed to be the best at the game. Like if you never die, if you can play any character like PPE from level 1 to 88, or if you can solo Shadows, whatever. Everyone has different criterias, what's being good at the game. The only thing I don't really understand is how you can think that fame makes you good at the game. Of course, if you have more fame, you are more famous in the game. That's pretty normal because of RotMG. You just see the players at the top in that list, and I guess a lot of people check those lists. But I don't really like RotMG. I mean, I got also affected by RotMG. Like, I wanted to have characters that look great with fame. For me, I tried to have a few characters on 10,000 base fame because I thought that looked cool on RotMG. And I was also a long time at the pretty top of the list, like top 50. Lately I was, I think, 23rd or something by fame. But in fact that doesn't mean anything. Like, yes, you stayed alive for that long, but nobody knows how you got that fame. You could have got it like soloing Godlands, farming Abyss, sitting in the train, and even if you sit in the train, you still have to survive there. If I'm in the train, lately I was just bored of the train, so I was mostly just running with the train and watching a few YouTube videos or some series on television meanwhile. So I didn't really pay attention just at the game. I didn't look all the time at the screen, so I also die sometimes in the train, but in my opinion that doesn't make me a worse player. But anyways, you can have different ideas of what's good. For me, it's like everyone is somehow good. If he can stay alive for long, I can't do that. For some people, I'm the best player, even though I died a few times per day it's been a few months ago, but that was really like I died on average on 2 characters that were at least 4-8 per day, and I don't think that's that great. But I still soloed Shadows, which can't everyone do. Then I got these people saying, yeah, it's because of your pet. But since the solo without pet, I got a lot of different feedback from the same people, and I was happy to show that it's not like only the pet. It's also like something different that plays a role in there. I've been talking pretty much now. I have not really organized myself what I will be talking, so it might be confusing what I'm saying, but I guess you get my points what I was saying here.